This is POA, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello viewers, you are watching Pulse of Africa POA. We bring you the latest updates from around the globe and our top stories. Somalia's president wraps up Ethiopia visit. African countries adopt Kampala Declaration to enhance agricultural production under CAD. The World Meteorological Organization declares 2024 as the hottest year on record, raising alarms about the worsening climate crisis. Ghana eyes extra IMF support as new government tackles economic crisis. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud on Sunday wrapped up his visit to Ethiopia by affirming to remain a committed partner and is ready to enhance mutually beneficial cooperation between the two sides. The red carpet reception Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud received in Addis Ababa helped recast a strained relationship with neighboring Ethiopia. The two leaders have agreed to strengthen bilateral ties by establishing full diplomatic representation in their capitals, as stated in a joint communiqué. This accord follows a cordial meeting between Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, where they engaged in high-level talks to enhance relations and address shared priorities. The leaders reaffirmed that the stability of the region requires strong cooperation between the two countries based on mutual trust, confidence, and respect. Moreover, the two leaders deliberated on the imperative to sustain and bolster security cooperation between Ethiopia and Somalia. The African countries have officially embraced a groundbreaking 10-year strategy aimed at enhancing agricultural development and ensuring food security across the continent. The countries adopted the new strategy at a 3-day extraordinary summit on Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program, CAD, held in Uganda's capital, Kampala. In a declaration issued at the conclusion of the summit, African nations have pledged to enhance sustainable food production within the new framework, targeting a 45% increase in agri-food output by 2035 while aiming to cut post-harvest losses by 50%. Additionally, they have resolved to elevate investment and financing in the agricultural sector, with a goal of securing $100 billion in both public and private investments by 2035. Meanwhile, during the CAD 2025 summit in Kampala, Ethiopian President Taye Atske-Selassie engaged in bilateral discussions with Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni. The talks between the two leaders encompassed a range of crucial subjects, underscoring their shared commitment to promoting agricultural transformation. Now to Comoros. Voters in Comoros were heading to the polls on Sunday to elect the Indian Ocean Archipelago's 33-seat parliament, a year after the re-election of President Azali Assoumani. Polling stations opened early on Sunday and voters, numbering some 338,000 according to the polling body, started casting their ballots at 8 a.m. Comoros last had parliamentary elections in January 2020. Nearly 100 candidates were selected by the country's Supreme Court to contest the election. Algeria's shipbuilding industry is poised for a revamp with the government hoping to tap domestic shipyards for upcoming procurement deals. The Algerian Defense Ministry has previously revealed plans to build Chinese Type 056 corvettes at local shipyards. The new corvette class is designed for patrol, escort and maritime protection missions. They have a length of around 95.5 meters and a displacement of 1,500 tons. The corvettes have a crew capacity of 78 people and a range of 3,500 nautical miles. The World Meteorological Organization, WMO, has confirmed that 2024 is the warmest year on record, based on 6 international datasets. The past 10 years have all been in the top 10, in an extraordinary streak of record-breaking temperatures, marking a critical moment in the global fight against climate change. The data likely signifies the first calendar year where global temperatures exceeded 1.5 degrees Celsius, 34.7 degrees Fahrenheit, above pre-industrial levels, a symbolic threshold in the Paris Agreement aimed at limiting global warming. The findings highlight a decade-long trend of record-breaking temperatures, with the last 10 years all ranking among the warmest ever recorded. Greenland Prime Minister Buttigieg said he is ready to speak with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, who has said he wants control over the Arctic island, and urged respect for the island's independence aspirations. Trump, who takes office on January 20, has described U.S. control of Greenland, a semi-autonomous Danish territory, as an absolute necessity. At a Copenhagen press conference, when asked if he had had contact with Trump, Buttigieg responded, "No, but we are ready to talk." Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, who also addressed the press conference, said she had asked for a meeting with Trump, but did not expect it to happen before his inauguration. Ethiopia is my blood. Your story and our identity. Ornamented by centuries of sacrifices. The story of resurgent Ethiopia and burgeoning Africa is here. Only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa. The face of Ethiopia. The voice of Africa. Moving on to business news. Morocco has broken its tourism record, as it welcomed over 17 million visitors in the past year. This tourist influx is driven by foreigners and Moroccans living abroad, who share the proportion equally. The boost puts the nation ahead of its strategic tourism roadmap. Morocco had set a goal to receive over 17 million tourists by 2026. However, as the country invests in making itself a tourism hub, more and more people are choosing it as their next vacation spot. Ghana's incoming finance minister, Cassio Otto Forson, has signaled plans to seek additional funding from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to stabilize the struggling economy. Speaking on the issue ahead of a meeting with an IMF delegation in Accra, Forson stressed the importance of working with both domestic and international partners to secure much-needed financing. The reliance on treasury bills and others has not been very helpful, said Forson, a seasoned economist and former deputy finance minister. He also vowed to cut public spending and reduce waste, aiming to curb inflation and restart domestic bond issuance by mid-year. Let's get you updated on the weather scene. That's all from us today. Don't forget to check our website for updates on these and other stories. We thank you for joining us.
This is POA, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.